Some people don't feel broke when their account hits zero. They feel broke when the paycheck arrives. And the relief lasts about 2 days. Not because they're careless, not because they're weak, and not always because they don't make enough. Sometimes the real reason is quieter than that. It's a set of habits that seem harmless, but repeat so consistently that they quietly take away your future. Today I want to share 7 of them, not to judge you, not to shame you, just to make the pattern visible. Because once you can see the pattern, you can change it. These are calm, thoughtful stories about money, patience, and time. No hype, no shortcuts. This episode is for educational and storytelling purposes only. Not financial advice, no stock tips, just habits and replacements that work slowly, quietly, over time. Here's a familiar story. A person works hard. They show up. They do what they're supposed to do. Their income is not amazing, but it's not nothing either. And yet, every month ends the same way. The paycheck arrives. There's a brief sense of oxygen, a small exhale. Then the bills take their first bite. Then groceries. Then something unexpected. Then something convenient. Then something small that doesn't feel like it matters. And by the 3rd week, the same quiet fear returns. How did it disappear so fast? So the person makes a promise. Next month, I'll be more disciplined. Next month, I'll track everything. Next month, I'll finally budget. And then life happens. Stress happens. Fatigue happens. And when motivation fades, comfort wins. This isn't laziness. It's a system built from habits. Most people don't go broke in one dramatic moment. They leak. Small leaks. Repeated leaks. Until there's no room left to breathe. And the painful truth is this. If you want to stop feeling broke, you don't start with a bigger dream. You start with the quiet habits you repeat when no one is watching. So let's talk about the 7 habits that quietly keep people broke, even when their income is decent. Habit number 1. Treating payday like permission. The paycheck hits, and your brain says, "Finally, we're safe." And safety triggers spending. Not because you're irresponsible, but because spending feels like relief. A nice meal, a small purchase, a little upgrade, a quick reward. It's emotional recovery. Quiet replacement. Pay yourself first, automatically. Not a huge amount, not something that hurts. Even $10, even $20. Move it the moment the paycheck arrives into a separate future account. Why? Because you're not training money, you're training identity. You're becoming the kind of person who pays the future first and lives on what remains. That one change is quiet, but it shifts your entire relationship with money. Habit number 2. Subscriptions that quietly become permanent. A streaming service you barely use, a meditation app you forgot about, a free trial that never ended. A tool you keep just in case. No single charge is catastrophic. That's why it survives. But repeated charges create a lifestyle you didn't choose on purpose. Quiet replacement. Once a month, do a 10-minute subscription audit. Open your bank transactions. Sort by merchant. Scroll slowly. And cancel one thing. Just one. This is not about deprivation, it's about control. Wealth is often built by 1,000 quiet no's. Habit number 3. Buying convenience every time you feel tired. When you're exhausted, your brain wants the shortest path. So money becomes a tool for relief. Delivery instead of cooking. Rides instead of walking. Small fees instead of planning. Just this once purchases. that happen 3 times a week. Convenience isn't evil, but constant convenience is expensive. Quiet replacement. Create a tired plan. 2 default meals you can make in 10 minutes. A simple grocery list you repeat. A routine that requires almost no decisions. Because the goal is not to be perfect when you're tired. The goal is to protect your future when your energy is low. Most financial discipline isn't built on great days. It's built on average days. Habit number 4. Ignoring the small, random purchases. The $7 coffee, the $12 snack run, the small online order, the "it doesn't matter" spending. It matters because it repeats, and repetition is what builds your financial reality. Small spending is never just small. It's a signal. It's your default behavior. Quiet replacement. Use a 24-hour rule for unplanned purchases. Not because everything is bad, but because most impulse buys don't survive one quiet night. If you still want it tomorrow, you can buy it with clarity, not emotion. Habit number 5. Having no clear categories. When your money has no job, everything feels like an emergency. So you spend on what feels urgent, not what matters. And then you wonder why saving feels impossible. Because saving is not what you do with leftover money. Saving is what you do with assigned money. Quiet replacement. Use 4 categories, only 4. 1. Essentials. 2. Bills and debt. 3. Future, saving and investing. 4. Life, guilt-free spending. That's it. You don't need a complicated spreadsheet. You need a map. A map reduces anxiety because uncertainty is expensive. Habit number 6. Avoiding the numbers. Not because you can't do math, but because the numbers feel like judgment. So you look away, you delay, you ignore, and the problem grows quietly in the dark. Quiet replacement. A weekly money check-in. Same day, same time, 15 minutes. No shame, no emotional punishment. Just awareness. Look at your balances. Look at your spending categories. Ask one question. What direction is this going? Awareness doesn't solve everything, but it stops drifting. And drifting is how people stay broke for years without noticing. Habit number 7. Waiting for a perfect month to begin. People say, "I'll start when life calms down. After this expense. Next month, for real." But next month is a comfortable lie, because life will always be messy. There will always be something. And if you need perfect conditions to change, you'll never change. Quiet replacement. Start small. Start messy. Start today. Pick one habit from this list and practice it for 7 days. Not 7 months, 7 days. 7 days is short enough to be believable and long enough to create momentum. And once momentum exists, discipline becomes easier. Not because you're more motivated, but because you have proof that you can keep promises to yourself. Now, a calm truth. Sometimes being broke is an income problem. Some situations are genuinely hard. But even then, habits still matter. Because habits decide what happens when your income increases. Without systems, more money creates bigger leaks. With systems, even a modest income can begin to breathe. Wealth is rarely built by one dramatic move. It's built by quiet consistency. So, here's a quiet plan for this week. 1. Pay yourself first. Automate a small transfer on Payday. 2. Cancel one leak, one subscription, or recurring charge. 3. One check-in, 15 minutes, same day, no shame. That's enough. Not flashy, not viral, but real. Which habit felt most familiar? And which one would change your life the most if you practiced it for just 7 days? If you believe wealth is built quietly, over time, you're in the right place.